global apparel market was valued at $1.7 trillion in 2012 and employed about 75 million people. With a budding fashion industry, we take a look at 3 people who are fashion incubators and helping to take fashion on the rise here in Jamaica. Today on CAMEO.
Hello designers, welcome to the catwalk.
Executive producer of Mission Catwalk, Kenya Linton George, is no stranger to fashion, launching her own fashion line Kenya Linton in 2005. Now in its 5th season, Mission Catwalk has acted as a launching pad for Jamaican designers while sparking growth in the industry by partnering designers with retailers. Give us a brief history. Why did you decide to get into fashion in the first place?
I got involved in fashion at a very young age, like most designers. You tend to start picking up on the talent. And I never took it seriously as a career until I was in college studying philosophy, which was, a bit daunting because you're spending all this money for a degree when you should have really been studying fashion. And that is when I started. Officially, I'd say about 2005, I really started doing it professionally, and 2006 I did Caribbean Fashion Week. So that was the official launch of Kenya Linton Designs.
For you to come about with Mission Catwalk, what was missing?
When America's Next Top Model was really hot, I thought, it would be nice to have something like this for fashion designers where you could promote the designers and have great prizes to help their career. And then Project Runway came about, and I became very active in the fashion cluster to, promote fashion designers. And I thought, something like a Project Runway here would be very good. We tried to get the franchise, but it was very difficult because Jamaica is a very small market, and we can't support the millions and millions of US dollars that is required to put on a production like that. So we decided to do our own smaller scale production, and that was the birth of Mission Catwalk. And the first season it was just 13 Jamaican designers, and we saw the talent that was there. Now this will be the Fashion Innovation Challenge.
So tell me about the competition itself. How does it work and what do they win?
It's a typical reality TV show / competition where you have different prizes that you sign up to win. We have 12 designers. We give them a challenge at the beginning of the show. I'm the host, so I'm the one who gives them the challenge. I'm the one who delivers the verdict, so they love me and hate me at the same time. And we have 4 judges on the panel, so we give them a challenge. They go to Paddlers and shop for their fabric. We come back to this sewing room right here. They sew for about 8 to 10 hours, and it's magnificent to see what they can create in just 8 to 10 hours. So just less than a day, basically, or just a full work day for the average person. And they create wonders, and then after that, it's the very next morning, 5 o'clock call time, and it's straight to the catwalk show.
What would you say is most important in Mission Catwalk acting as a launching pad for these emerging designers?
Overall, I would say it's a full grooming package for them, preparing them for the industry. And with Mercedes Gonzalez this season, they're getting that full grooming. So even if you don't win the overall package, you come out so much more prepared for the industry.
You mentioned in an interview some time back how hard it was seeking funding for your first season of Mission Catwalk.
It was difficult. It was a new TV show, so being a new program, it's even more difficult to get funding, and it's become easier over the years, and we've also had to find ways to cut costs. And now we're finally at a level where, we're comfortable. And even in the fashion industry, for designers who are trying to start up their clothing line, it's difficult to find funding, and not everyone can afford to go to the bank for a loan, they don't have the collateral and so forth.
What do you think are some major issues we have with our fashion industry right now?
The major issue we have now with the fashion industry is most of our fashion designers are not professionally trained. We didn't have a fashion program in Jamaica for a very long time. So everyone, I'd say 95% of the designers are self-taught. And because of that, important aspects of how to run a fashion business, they don't understand. How to put together a collection, color theory, everything to do with marketing and so forth. They just don't understand. They just know that they have this skill, they have this talent, and people want to buy stuff from them. The garment industry, the challenges there would be utility cost and labor cost. So we lost the market to China, like Mexico and most other countries than the United States. And that was a challenge for us. The industry took a blow.
What would you say are some opportunities that now exist in the fashion industry, especially here in Jamaica?
I think we're at a prime moment now with, the growth of the industry in terms of having a fashion program. We have persons who are open to wearing local designers even more because everything is now about mass market and mass production, and people are getting tired of that. It happens very often. You go to a wedding and 3 people turn up in the same BCBG dress because you're going to a wedding, you go to Miami, and they all go to Aventura, they all go into the same BCBG, and they all choose the same dress from that season. And they end up at the wedding in the same dress.
Tell me about your relationship with Designers Guild and what exactly is it that they do?
Well, the Designers Guild is a professional non-profit organization that really looks out for the interest of Jamaican designers. It started in 2010, a group of designers and myself who we tend to share information and interact with each other a lot and try to help each other to grow. And we thought, there really wasn't a body that really was looking out for us or benefiting us at that time. And we decided to start an official guild of designers. And our first project was to fund Edna Manley College. They had a fashion program, but they only had 2 sewing machines. And we rallied around and got sponsorship and funding to set up the space. And it was also a partnership with Mission Catwalk.
Tell me about future plans, not only for Mission Catwalk, but Designer Guild.
Future plans for the Designers Guild would be to continue to represent the interest of local designers. We want to partner with international bodies to, create international synergy and more opportunities for our designers. We're taking a contingency of designers to edit trade show in New York, and we're trying to focus more on the retail business part of things. Shifting our focus from fashion shows, because fashion shows in Jamaica tend to be seen as entertainment, and internationally, when a designer does a fashion show, it usually means the business part is taken care of already.
She's committed to establishing Jamaica as the fashion hub of the Caribbean and launched the Collection Motor, a series of events in 2010. Let's chat with Kerry and Clark. So you attended the Parsons School of Design. Tell me about your background.
I have always had an interest in the fashion industry, and I am one of these people who believe that you should find out what you're passionate about and pursue your dream. So, staying true to that mantra, I wanted to study in Paris because Paris is the fashion capital of the world. So I did a little research, found out that Parsons School of Design had a campus in Paris, applied, as accepted, and at age 18 I went to study fashion at Parsons School of Design, which is one of the most prestigious fashion schools in the fashion capital of the world. Having studied in Paris for 5 years, the school allowed us to visit, to attend multiple fashion shows of like fashion bigwigs. I'm talking about the Versace's, the Yves Saint Laurent, the Christian Lacoste. We also attended trade show platforms from like textile manufacturing to clothing manufacturing to anything that industry insiders needed to know. And then of course, being in Paris, we had to, as a part of our curriculum also, attend the opera, go to museums, and it was just an amazing experience. I would like honestly say it was one of the most fascinating experiences thus far in my life.
Jamaican pieces especially tend to be overpriced. They can't afford them. So
they are higher priced because, for example, this designer, she's a textile graduate from the Edna school, and she actually designs her fabrics and then gets her fabrics made and printed in New York, and then she brings it in and makes her work. So that is a lot of work, and that is going to be more costly than going to a fashion store and buying fabric store and buying fabric and making it. But I don't think it's overpriced. You can't put a price on creativity.
Okay. At what point did you decide to open Carry Man, Woman and Home?
After returning to Jamaica, I helped my parents in the family business. I'm from a business-oriented background for about 3 years, and then I saw a need for a boutique like mine, and I decided to create a boutique to fulfill my passion and create a business. So why not create business from a passion?
At what point did you transition from Carry Man, Woman and Home to the collection Moda?
So Carry Man, Woman, Home is celebrating 12 years in the retail industry in Jamaica, and I guess because I am passionate about the fashion industry, I love creative minds and creative geniuses. They excite me. And with the store, I'd always showcase local talent. And over time, I was helping more and more local designers. And what was happening was I was spending a lot of time helping a designer today, another designer tomorrow, whether it was for advice or for mentorship or guidance or sharing advice. And again, it was a natural synergy. Why not create a platform where I can try to help, along with a team of persons, multiple emerging talents and designers, rather than spending one day and another day and another day helping one. So it's trying to grow and help more people over a period of time.
So let's get into the collection Moda. What exactly is the collection Moda?
So the collection Moda, as I said, was born from me seeing the need to assist, to share knowledge and so forth. And the mandate of the collection Moda is to provide a platform for creative talent, not just fashion designers, but creative talent in Jamaica and eventually in the region, in the CARICOM, and help to give them a platform. So it's not a fashion show only, it consists of a series of events. And basically that's the mandate of the series.
And how has it been?
It's been great. We're in the 4th year. There are different components to the series of events. We have a grant, a first global grant, where one person is awarded a cash award of $250,000. Last year we had about 90 applicants. This year we're hoping to have 120. We have Moda Business, which is a business seminar where we invite persons internationally and locally who are industry specialists to share their knowledge with the attendees. We have a lifestyle magazine, which is an annual publication featuring not only local talent, again, but regional talent. And then we have Moda Market, and that is where the business unfolds. We have the invitation only runway show.
each staging of the collection motor?
Well, we are growing, and I think the challenge is to find the right team, in finding the right team to carry out, because it's a lot of work and it's a labor of love. And obviously it's not going to happen overnight. As I said, we're in the 4th year. We have seen steady growth from year to year, whether, especially with motor markets. And motor market is what we want. Our aim with motor markets is for it to be the regional platform for emerging talent.
Do you have any advice for those people who want to get into the fashion industry? Maybe not necessarily a designer, stylist.
I would definitely say, you know, a lot of people look at the fashion industry and what they see is the finished product. It's a hard industry. It's difficult. Not only, we don't have manufacturing here. You asked what opportunity could arise. You know, you never know. That's an opportunity. We could bring manufacturing back to Jamaica. If not, we could work with the other CARICOM islands and see how we could manufacture and have the free trade amongst ourselves. But that is an opportunity. But I definitely would say it is not an easy industry. It's a lot of work. It is planning. It takes dedication. You have to be organized because it's an industry that operates 6 months in advance. You know, when you go to fashion weeks, you're looking at collections for the following year and for the following season. So you need to be organized, you need to understand that, and you need a business partner. You can't just be brain A-side, like a creative brain. You have to have a good balance.
So what are the future plans for not only the collection motor, but Kerry Man Woman Home and Kerry and Clark?
Well, for Kerry Man Woman Home, we are looking at going e-commerce very soon, because that is the future of the retail industry, and it's a good add-on. Possibly opening in other islands again. And for the collection mode, as I said, our grand vision, for Kerry Man Woman Home, I travel, I'd say, several times a year to various trade shows, New York, Vegas, Atlanta. And this is one of the inspirations to see the business behind it, because that is where all the buyers and the fashion insiders go, and there are seminars and you learn more, and you know, you get tips for retail, you get tips for designers, and you're exposed to the people who manufacture, the designers, and it should happen here. We have the talent here.
Laura Lee Jones is the head of the Textiles and Fiber Arts Department here at Edna Manley College. She'll talk to us about how their fashion program is acting as a fashion incubator. So give us some background on Edna Manley College.
Edna Manley College is a fabulous space, you know, and that's just my personal opinion on being a graduate. It's that space where you have the opportunity to really explore your creative juices. You know, we have art, we have drama, we have dance, we have music, and we also have our arts management program. So it's really that place where you can create, be.
At what point did Edna Manley College feel that it was necessary to, you know, have their own fashion-related type programs like the Textile and Fiber Arts?
The program is still relatively new. We're having our second batch of graduates this year. But the process that got that in train was a longer process, because of course you had to write the courses for the program. So that, I would say, maybe was going on for about 4 years prior. And then the program came on stream, and we had the first set last year. It's a 4-year program, BFA, 4 years. And then we have our second set this year. So we're really still in the baby stages.
So as the head of the Textiles and Fiber Arts Department, how would you say that Edna Manley College is now contributing to our local fashion scene?
The contribution to our fashion industry is that we'll have individuals who are trained, you know, individuals who understand some of the fundamental elements of design, of art, and how they bring that to their design process as designers, as fashion designers, understanding the color dynamics, understanding fabric, being innovative, because we don't only focus on just buying fabric to create a style. You can make your own fabric, you can print your own fabric, you can dye your own fabrics, And that's the unique feature that Edna Manley brings to the program.
We have a number of different people here locally who are trying to turn Jamaica in a fashion destination. They're trying to put Jamaica on the map. What would you say is some key important things that need to happen in order for that to become a reality?
Okay, so we've started with education. So Edna Manley has a BFA program because it's not only creative, right? We find sometimes we have people who are very, very creative, mucho talent, but then how do I get that to markets? How do I manage my business? They say that artists don't make good business people, but we want to change that.
So tell me about the Textile and Fiber Arts department.
My lovely department. Textile and Fiber Arts department, we offer textile and fiber arts, so you can major in weaving, so you make fabric. You can do textile and fiber arts, where you're looking at the fiber art elements. So if you want to do pieces for museum and galleries, there's that focus, the art focus. There's also the fashion program, which is the newest addition to the Textile and Fiber Arts department. So we don't have a fashion department, so the fashion program is situated in the Textile and Fiber Arts department.
What do you think can be done from a government standpoint to, I guess, invest more in our fashion industry here and make it more profitable for stakeholders across the board?
There's a lot that can be done, and I think the government has been making some strides. So as I said, JBDC with its IRC, there is an initiative that's coming through the Ministry of, through Jampro's office, the Ministry of Investment. I can't remember the exact ministry now. And so they have a group of fashion designers and others who are looking at some programs to help strengthen, to build out that value chain. You have agencies like your CAMEO, for example. So there are pockets of associations and business advisory groups that are there.
So talk to us about some success stories from your graduates.
Whoa. There's Nicole Bryan. Nicole working through Kerry Man Woman Home, Kerry and Clark, just Yendi Phillips. She had some major thing in Canada. So Nicole was able to be the one who created her designs for this fabulous interview. Kerry is also working with some of my graduates this year and looking at projects for Tessan. So I think there is Makeda, who did something for Tessan, and Julianne Walker, who also did something for Tessan. I want to see people come to Jamaica. I want to see buyers coming to Jamaica and scouting out for new talent, for new collections to showcase in their stores overseas. Yeah, and I speak about overseas because our market is small. Jamaica is small. 2.5 million. It's not enough for all the creativity that is here. So we have to look, I speak of the global space, we have to look out, right? And if we're really going to contribute to GDP, we need to be exporting more of our products to the rest of the world.
So in regards to your fashion program here, what does Edna Manley College plan to achieve with it?
The program is growing, so I think if we look at an achievement, one of the things we wanted to see was growth. And I do have more and more students coming in who are coming in specific for the fashion. So that in itself is growing. Well, what we plan to achieve is, as I said before, having trained designers, fashion designers. The focus is heavily, of course, on design. We hope that the program will build out where we can get stronger on the business side of fashion. So that brings a better balance. So I'm creative, but I'm also understanding the business side.
And that's it for this week on CAMEO. We spoke to 3 people who are acting as fashion incubators to grow our local fashion industry. I'm Amita Prasad Webb. Until next time, see you later.